Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Darcy. Today I am going to start working on a journal that my cousin ordered, hopefully. So I'm starting out with, if you saw my thrift store haul, you saw the 3-ring binder that I got. This is the back cover of it, which I'm only saving because it's got this stuff inside that I might want to use in some mixed media. So I took off that cover, and so now I need to make it pretty. I've got my 3-ring binders. They seem to be in good shape. And it probably doesn't matter which way I go. There doesn't seem to be a top or a bottom. So I peeled off the cover, including the foam stuff that made it kind of squishy. And then this was something I got out of the free bin. So I'm using snippets from this book, which I think she will like, to cover. So the foundation of the cover is going to include some of Patsy Claremont's work and some prayers that are in the book and stuff like that. So you won't necessarily see it, but that'll be the foundation of it. Some of the words you will see, and I think that Sonya will appreciate that. I think she'll like that aspect of it. So all I'm going to do first is glue them on. I'm trying to figure out, I think I'm going to use my gel matte medium to do that. So now I just need to find a paintbrush that already has been ruined by glue, right? I don't want that for later. I think I'll just use my collage brush and hope for the best, because I want this to be nice and strong. So how's everybody doing? I hope everybody is well. I got that there if I need more pages. And you know what? No, not that one. Where's my, I might actually use, this one is a little drier, so I might use that one so the papers don't wrinkle. So this is a heavy body acrylic medium matte gel. So it's much thicker. Whoops, didn't get quite all that off of there. It's alright. There's going to be a base layer of paper on here anyway. I'm not exactly sure what's after that. I think I will do a layer on top of that with just maybe some acrylic. And I want to go over about 1/2 inch so that I have something to cover so I can go around the edges. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all this is going to be. I'm just going to go different directions, and this will give me some texture and whatnot. It's some texture and something to kind of look at, you know. And I've got 2 different fonts going on with it. So see how this cardboard takes. And she won't see all the words. I mean, I'm overlapping as well. So she definitely might even be a couple wrinkles in there. That's all right. I've been just trying to decide how I want to do the cover. And this particular cover seems to be a good size. It's not too big, not too small. Like, for something, when you want to use something daily, you don't really want it to be, you know, too big. So that's kind of what I decided to go for here, was looking at the size, and then I can create the cover after that. Now that's too small to put on an edge, because I won't have a 1/2 inch to go over. So just go right there. Need some bigger pieces now. I already did right there, didn't I? Yeah, I make sense. Sure. And then I may do some fabric on the edges just to reinforce it and make sure that it's going to be okay. So going over about 1/2 inch there. Let's see, a bone folder or card or something would be helpful right now. Oh well, just use that brush for now. Let's suppose that's going to come off because I don't want to have two small ones. I should wait and do the small ones last. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Should be doing the small ones last. So, and then I think my next layer under this one will be some acrylic paint that I put on with a baby wipe so that I can still see the words through that first layer. And then I don't know what's after that. I haven't gotten that far in my brain. Nope, that's not wide enough. Need to go on the edges here a little bit. So yep, I'm just gonna keep working on this. And then I will maybe come back for the next part in a little bit. I don't know, unless you like watching people just bigger piece. I'm definitely gonna have to cut some more out of these, aren't I? Most definitely. But I could do, you could even do Mod Podge to do this part probably. And I'm hoping doing the matte medium over the pages is not going to mess up the next layer too much, but I don't think that it will. But what do I know? I've never done this before. I just want it to stay on there. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want it to just stay on there. Let's try a big one again. Well, we don't need to go upside down though. That's just silly. I also don't want it to be, yeah. So that one will go over a little bit more, and I'll just, when I just do this. There. That was my problem, is having these right under each other is probably going to bug me a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Definitely not. Now, I apologize for the times when I get out of camera. I get very, what's the word I want? I forget I'm filming sometimes, actually, honestly. And so I get very, focused. That's the word I wanted. I get very focused and forget to check my camera. So it does often end up being the, you know, and my camera sometimes moves, whether I want it to or not. That's kind of annoying that it does that. Kind of annoying. Super annoying that it does that. So. This is really dry, but what I like about it is that you're not going, it's not going to be all, what's the word? What's the word I want? It's not going to wrinkle up the pages because it's less wet. Because wet glue will cause more wrinkling. So, we don't want that. Oh, need to go over 1/2 inch. I almost forgot. I need to get those edges a little better, I think. Okay. And I'm going to definitely have to... Not wide enough. Going to definitely have to get more pieces. I mean, it looks like a nice good size of paper, but I don't even have the front covered yet. Let's see. Well, I might go ahead and, oh yeah, that was the very first bit. It talks about spackle being like sparkle, but without the R, or the glitz and the glamour. Kind of feel like that's what I'm doing right here, is spackling. Spackle sounds a lot like sparkle, minus the glitz. It's a glue-like substance meant to fill a fracture. Voila, brain gunk. Alright, I need about 1/2 inch on the end of here. Need to go this way so I can actually rip it, because I could still use the rest of that somewhere. Lost a piece up here. We have a little quote about roses by George Eliot, which is going to go off the page, but that's okay. Need to go that way. Huh, I knew that. One more piece and we've got this front page covered. I'm going to have to find a piece, aren't I? Let's see. Just got to do some filling in now. Like I said, bits are going to get covered, but she'll know from watching this that the foundation is kind of fun. Alright, I'm going to do the back just like that. I got to go cut out some more pieces, so I'm going to pause and come back in a minute. Kind of want to put this on here somewhere. Talks about Myrtle the tree. Oh, actually, put that there. And she bears fruit with grace under pressure. So I kind of like that little bit there. And then put this one, I already closed this right here to break up that line a little bit. And have it not be quite so. There we go. Alright, I'm going to let that dry, and then I will work on the back page, because it is not easy to do that when you have the bind rings in there. And I think I will wait until after this is all painted, maybe before I fold it over. Or should I do that now? When I do this, when I fold this over, which actually I might do it now, because I don't mind that it might be a different color. I just need to find my art glitter glue or some strong, nice strong glue so that it will stay where I want it. But, you know, do you think I know where it is? There's some. There's some. I don't know where my one with this tiny tip is. I see it once in a while, and then I don't put it back where it's supposed to go. So, you know, that's all on me. So, just want these to be, I think once I get all the layers on this, these are going to be harder to bend. So I wanted to go ahead and do those now. Except I need to do this first. I want to cut at an angle here and cut at an angle there so that I can, and then when it's the outside is all done, I'll put a piece of paper on the inside to cover up any things you wouldn't want to see. So, because I couldn't quite get all these edges without ripping off some of that, so everything will get done, and it will hopefully look super good when I'm done with it. I hope. That's the thing, going into something, you're like, you have these ideas and these thoughts of what you want to do, but you're not quite sure how it's going to turn out, or if you're even, I don't know. I'm just going to go with my gut on this one. When I thought about doing the book pages, that really stuck with me. Let's see, I have to do something there to make that go a little farther. I made this a little short on this side, but I think we'll be alright. I hope so. Hope we'll be alright. So, well, those didn't quite come together either. I'm gonna make it work. That's where lace comes in, right? You just add a little bit of lace here and there, and everything's gonna be alright. Where am I? On this edge. Might have been a little better if I had used my... Of course, do you think I know where it is? It's usually with my rulers. I have a little bar thing that gives me supposedly perfect corners. I got it more for when I'm doing fabric covers. Can't remember where I saw it. Now we have glue dripping everywhere, and our pin that is not stainless steel, so we have rust in there. That's fun. Alright, so I just need to let that dry, and when I come back I will hopefully have the back cover covered, and we'll work on the next layer. So there's what it looks like right now so far. Okay, I am back. I'm trying to be back anyway. Probably can move some of this stuff that was here from yesterday. Alright. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I tried cleaning off my desk, but I didn't get very far. That's just who I am. Alright, I wanted to try watercolor on this. So, that's why I've got my new watercolors here. Now, I've never tried like this before. I've only ever had... So this is Arteza. That's the box. Why is the box upside down? No, this is the top of the box. The 24 watercolors, and apparently they have a club. 20% off your next purchase. Limitations apply. If your product does not perform properly, please. How would I know? I've never tried these kinds of watercolors before. Also, was hoping to find one of my little cup thing. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Haha. Oh, I should probably wash it, huh? Right. I should probably wash it. Alright, I want aqua, so I will probably need a little green. Let's see. Definitely gonna need some blue, right? I don't know which blue. I think cerulean blue is going to be the closest, and some green. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's figure this out, right? And I don't know how watercolor is going to take on this when it is, it has, what are the words that I want? It has this, the gel mat on it. So some of it is probably paper and some is gel mat, because I don't think I covered it completely. So we're going to see what happens. And also, you know, since I'm trying something new, let's just go all hog wild here and do this too, and try the brush that's new as well. Alright, let's find a cleanish spot on this plate. Or, oh, even better, let's wipe off I could just use a thing and wipe it off, huh? Alright, there we go. I use a lot of blue. Alright, let's see. So I've got, so these are premium watercolors. I probably already put too much out, right? I don't even know. I'm used to using these in dry cakes, which I did read that you could do that with these. You could turn them into dry, I mean, you can put them into cakes and they'll dry up, and then they'll be like regular watercolors. I've only ever bought just like cheap watercolors at alright, what's gonna happen when I spray this with water? That's the question. Oh, well, nothing, because I'm just didn't put the cover all the way on there, and now I just have water everywhere. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't suppose you can find me a paper towel, can you? Because they weren't over here. Nothing's over here. Except for that's not useful. Hold on. I'm too... This is a paper towel, and it's going to be good. It's just a piece of duck cloth. and then it'll be like a drop cloth for a cover someday. If I use it, like, that's not the way I want it to go, people. I need it to go this way. Ooh, sorry about that. I bet that was loud. Oh yeah, I am plugged in. Okay, well, you know what? Let's fry that up real quick. If I had a bottle of water, I still have some water in there, because I want to get a watercolor effect on here, but I don't know. Oh, it's too blue now. Doesn't know what it wants to be. Oh, let's do that. There we go. What do I need to make that more turquoisey? Do I just need it to be lighter? Oh, wait, what am I doing? That's not what I want. Oh, I also got these to try. I'm very excited to try those as well. I just wanted to see how different watercolors, different brands and different, you know, whether an artist grade or a, oh, these, what under here, I think I might need a lighter green and a lighter blue maybe. If I want teal, I want that. Sap green, I don't know what that's going to do. I probably need a little, I don't know what white's going to do. And a deep green, I don't know, let's just get all the blues and greens out and see what happens. I don't want that much. But what I do want is, I think I need a little bit more green, because I want it more like a turquoise, aqua, and I've got a teal going on here, and I don't know enough about color to get what I'm going for. I mean, I don't know enough about mixing color. I can get muted colors. That's what I'm more good at. I'm better at I'm better at getting muted colors, which is usually what I would go for. So a teal is usually what I would go for. So getting a brighter turquoise might be a challenge, but she likes teal as well, so it's not. Alright, we'll start with dark and then move on to some light, I think. I'm just kind of spraying and putting it on there and spraying and letting it move around a little bit. Just trying to get a background. I still want to be able to see some of the words and the texture and the lines and stuff. Let's see. So this is for. This I did not want to happen where it got really thick right there. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do with that. Because there was no medium on that is what happened. So I may just go ahead and just cover that whole corner and make it a little bit thicker, which is I'm okay with. Let's see, let's move all this, and then I will try to get a lighter color going in there. Just playing around. That's all we're doing. We're playing. Alright, if I want more, where's the lighter blue? Maybe this lighter blue is what I need. That's too much blue. Oh my word. Good thing I have a back cover to do here too. But it might be what I need. Let's see. Oh, we got a little bit more of a blue green going on now. Oops, let me see. That also might have less stuff on it. I know you guys can never see me down here is the problem. Where'd my white go? I know anybody who knows what they're doing is like, why are you doing that? And I'm just like, I'm just doing. May not be what you would do, but I'm just doing. Well, that and trying a new brush at the same time, probably not the smartest thing in the world. But, you know. I just gotta remember which colors I use so I can get at least something similar on the other side to what I'm gonna end up with over here. And let's see, while I'm at this, where's some mixed media paper or something? Oh, I don't know. Well, I did press record, right? Yes. That's where I am right now. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just grab this right now. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely a little on the dark side. So maybe I would have been better off just doing the acrylic. Oh, speaking of the, don't know where I put my white. At least I know where those are. When I was looking for ideas online, what kind of came up first was using a wipe and acrylic paint. But I kind of wanted that, the look of watercolors as well. So we'll see what happens. Alright, I'm going to dry this for a minute and then see what we do next. Okay, I've added a little more white and I think I have more of a turquoise going on here now. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go all over it and then I'm going to spray it. See what happens. Just because I'm trying to squeeze this pen, no water's coming out. There we go. Alright, and I want to spray it. And I think I might take this wipe a bit so that I can just kind of take some of that off. I know, seems wasteful, doesn't it? I just don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna keep trying until I get the look I want, and I'm getting some bubbling there, so that's not my favorite thing right now, getting the bubbling on the paper, but most likely just because it's wet. Alright, right now I have like a variation of color. I've got some lights and darks, a little bit of the teal showing through, and so I kind of want to see what that looks like after it dries. So I'm going to pause once again. Alright, front is fairly dry, so I'm going to flip it over because I want to be able to get similar color and I want to not waste what's in here. So I might go a little bit backwards and instead of doing the dark to light, do the light to dark. Or maybe the back will just be this. I don't know. We'll see. Well, it does have a little bit of teal from where it sat in the... Yeah, this is why if I'm working on inside a book with paints and stuff, I will usually leave the dust jacket on it. Because otherwise, my covers would end up totally messed up, right? Alright. Now, I've got a little bit of a coating on there and I'm going to spray it. And then I'm going to do this on it. I got these at a antique store, these little house things that are on, I think it's some kind of paper. It's a thick, almost like a watercolor paper, but I'm not totally sure. So I'm gonna dry again. Let me move this around a little bit. Kind of want it to fall into some of these lines, right? Doesn't want to though, does it? what's nice with the watercolors is if the edge is dry in here, you can get it back up, right? All right, let me get some of these lines. And I will spray it again and move it around. I don't know where I'm on. Wait, where's my other? Well, my other sprayer is empty wherever it is. My oh, it's up there, but it's empty. It's more of an aerosol. Oh no, it's not empty. I filled it. Oh, see, there we go. I get a finer spray with that one. And I got that one on Amazon. I first saw it at my hairdresser. She used it. And then I got it because my son has very curly hair and I thought it would help him. But he never wants to actually, you know, fix his hair. He just likes it a mess, apparently. I don't want it too streaky is the problem. Alright, let me see if I can make the direction go where I want it a little bit without it being too... There we go. I actually like that. Making it spread a little bit, but taking out... Those are very wet. So this is the back of the book. I did this off screen. The collaging part of it. And let's see, I have a lot of water on here, I guess, because the air is moving it around quite a bit. I mean, I don't know if you can see when it pushes it. It does it better when I'm straight on top of it, though, yes. It's moving it a little bit. Not enough for me to give it a lot of direction, but I'm not quite sure what my next step will be. I might do a little gesso. May, can you do 1, 2 okay on your Dexcom, please? Your alarm's going off while I'm recording. He's eating his lunch, so sugars are a little on the high side because he's eating lunch. So his Dexcom's going off. Of course. Alright, still a little damp, but it's dry enough, I think, that I can at least turn it over and work on the front again. So you can see the front has much darker spots because I had that teal in there before, and I may end up doing that a little bit too. But first things first, where's my gesso? Right here. And where's that brush I had? There we go. Probably need to add some more gesso into here. So I like the gesso because it's a little more opaque. If I want to kind of dry brush it, of course, you know. Do I have a... There we go. So I, you know, took a lot off the brush. It's not really dry brush, but... I'm going to go both ways with it. I know it's close to me and you can't see what I'm doing. There we go. So we can see the color. We can still see some of the words. And I'm just going to leave that as it is. Well, I say that, but I'm going to do the edges a little bit. I like to have that edge coming in. It gives it a nice texture if I do decide to use some ink on it, distress ink or something. It just, those lines are kind of come out fun. And this side I'll probably cover with fabric because this is only held on by this paper right here. So I want to give this paper here, so I want to give it a little extra something probably on the outside and also cover this. So that's where we're looking towards headed there. Alright. Y'all knew that once I got a mat like this, it wasn't going to stay clean, right? And I wasn't going to clean it every time. Alright, so there's our cover so far. It's still I'm not sure what the next step will be, but that's the front, and here's the back. And I think I will do that with the back as well. So just kind of dipping into there so it's not too much on my brush, because I don't want to fully cover it with the gesso. I just want a light coat. I'm not too worried about what's going on the inside, because I can go ahead and paint that and it should be fine. Fingers crossed. There we go. So there we go. We got our first, what? We have the paper, watercolors, gesso. First 3 layers done. And yes, the front is much darker than the back, but that's all right. The back and the front don't have to be exactly the same. I don't know quite what I'm going to be doing with stuff yet. And then I will, my last layers will be, I'll do one of the thinner of the gel matte medium and maybe even a varnish on top of that. But I like the way it feels when you have the gel matte medium on top of everything else. So I do have some texture paste, but we already have the texture from the paper. So I have to decide if I want to do a stencil with texture paste or a stencil with inks. But for right now, it needs to dry. So, and I need to figure out, you know, exactly what I want to do. Well, first off, I like having it white swatches, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. See if we can get a couple splotches on there. I think I decided that I'm just going to make what I like. I mean, this time I'm thinking of another person too as well, because this is what she's requested. But I'm just gonna stop thinking about what other people might like and make what I like, and hopefully other people will like it too. Yeah, see that little thing right there? I kind of like that when that happens. I can never figure out how to make it happen, so I just, it only ever happens if I like accidentally leave something on some paint. So I'm like, well, maybe that's what I need to do, just press on where the paint is. Let me do that a little bit more. So I'm going to put some there. See what happens. Oh! And then I'm going to spill my water everywhere, because that will be fun. Don't want it too dark. I know it will dry lighter. I know. I do know that. This one's definitely lighter already. But I'm just going to set that there to dry, and I shall return. Well, you know I just can't leave things alone, because of course I found this on my desk, and so now I have to like take the last bits of this and do my little, my thing that I do. Get my little blotchiness layer on there. I don't know what it is about that I like, but I do. I don't want to do it all on the whole thing. I think I'll do it around the edges. Man, that makes an annoying sound, doesn't it? Squeak! Squeak! Of course, the banging on the book doesn't really help either. Maybe a little bit in the middle. I think I need a little bit more water over there. So this is on top of the gesso, so there should be some lighter color coming through as well. And what I might do on the back is I might darken it up and do a top layer that's a little bit darker on the back maybe. See, now I'm losing the, let's try that. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I didn't really get the effect I wanted on this with the watercolor. I wanted it to be, you know, look watercolory. But, you know, it's just background. There's going to be more on top of it, so we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and do a little bit more. What do I need? I'm going to do this a little bit. Get a little teal going on in there. I only need the tiniest bit. I just need a tiny bit. So I did. Got the tiniest bit that I could get. And now I need a tiny bit of green to go with that, don't I? Tiniest bit. Yeah, I put water in this pen, but it doesn't do anything when I squeeze it, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Alright, where's that darker blue? I think is what I might need. Now it's too green. Is this the color I just used? Not this blue. The Peth, I don't know how to spell that, how to say that. Phthalo. Looks more like a navy type. So now we're back to kind of a teal, which was like the underlay of the other one, which will be on top of this one. There. I just gotta remember not to sometimes I just need to have a light touch. Back and front don't have to look exactly the same, right? I don't think so. I don't like when everything's it either has to be perfectly symmetrical or absolutely nowhere near symmetrical in my brain. One or the other. It's trying to make it perfect, and having it not be perfect is harder than having it be not perfect on purpose. Does that make sense? That's why sometimes you'll see me go cattywampus on purpose, because I'd rather do it on purpose than have it be off just a little by accident. Maybe that makes more sense. I don't know. Alright, there we go. So very different looks on the front and back, but it's okay. And at least I know there's no bad words in here. Because the front's going to be very different anyway, just because of the fact that it'll probably have a focal point. And my back won't have a focal point. Although it might be cute to have something in the corner. I think. Right, let's get some other color in here on the front and see what happens. Because, you know, I can't just leave it alone, can I? Not until I love it. I have to absolutely be in love with it before I start to leave it alone. So, now this is like covered in. What will this do? This is just a wet baby wipe that's already covered in the paint I was using before. And I'm just kind of, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just blurring those bits a little bit, I guess. Trying to get a little bit of that onto the page as well. Some might be coming off, but some does appear to be going back on. So, I better throw that away before I do more with it. Is there another wipe in here? There is another wipe. I'm pretty close to the end, but I bought more. Covered in paint. Isn't that fun? Being covered in paint is great. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure of the direction I'm going with this, or even what my fabric here is going to be. I want kind of a casual look. It's going to be her everyday book that she does all her journaling and and stuff like that. So, but also a keepsake as well. So, I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. I'll go look through my fabrics and see what I want to do next. Well, here goes nothing. I'm gonna try this on the back here, the napkin. I definitely want the, I don't know what I want. Do I want the drier one or the wetter one? I think I have more movement with the wetter one, so I won't make as much tearing, hopefully. Oh, here it is. I'm like, where did my brush go? Well, it's a collage brush, but let me see if I can get some of that wiped off. I have a whole big bottle of this underneath too. Gesso and gel matte medium I am set for. Try to buy those in bulk. Alright, fingers crossed here. It's alright. If I see right away it doesn't look good, I'll just want to make sure. Okay, good, they do show. I wanted to make sure that the butterflies were going to show. So, as you can see, my son did not turn off his alarm since I asked him to. Even though he got up and went to another room. But I think he hears me. Oh crud, that's what I didn't want to happen. Alright, we're broken, but we're not. We have a little bit of wrinkles here, and the reason I'm leaving that rip is to remind us that we're broken but not beyond repair, and still of value even when we're broken. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I tore it and I'm making it work. I'm giving it meaning. That's what I'm doing. Although I guess I can get this everywhere because just be another layer, right? I do love how, like, when you use the white tissue paper, you get all the color from behind. Oops, let's not break another butterfly. Come on, these poor butterflies. They're just breaking all over. So, still have a little blank spots on the back. I saw somebody using a damp sponge to get the lines out. I don't remember who he was. Some random person that probably did it. I think the video was like from 19. No, I need that piece. That might be what I use for my. I just want to take out some of the lines. There. Took off some of the blue too. Nate, did you turn off your thing for me, please? Alright, so this is the back. Let me go ahead and pause while I dry it. Alright, somewhere here I have. Probably should have found it first. Don't know what I was thinking. Oh, here we go. I'm going to use this to get off the edge bits. Which actually, I don't mind if they go over that way a little bit. I guess I want to do it over here. There we go. On this side, and then I won't have to worry quite so much. Trying not to tear the paper. And the edges, I will probably use an ink, probably an archival ink, so that it doesn't get all smudgy when I put my last coats on. But and that way they'll kind of blend in. Okay. Now my only problem I have is I didn't get this down low enough down here, so I have this straight line, which I do not like. So I'm going to go back in with my gesso and try to blend that in a little bit using some of the, whoops, just kind of do my edges. Kind of come up a little bit. It'll show some of the wrinkles, which is okay. I'm not going to do the whole thing this time, just kind of doing the edges and the corners. So now there's not a sharp delineation of a line that was there. And I'm going to go up here too. Just come down a little bit. Brighten up my edges too, because we've got this a little bit on the dark side, don't we? Got strings everywhere because I was ripping up the canvas, or the duck cloth. The stuff I had on the side was duck cloth. Got a little, just a little dark right now after I put that final thing on. Okay. Just tiny, just little tiny bits. Bring out those cracks a little bit. So this is the back. And I will probably, I think I'm just going to leave it as it is and do my coats to protect it. So it just kind of looks old and aged. Oh, I may put some crackles in it. And do a little bit of vintage it up a little bit more maybe. So that it's not quite as white on the, and I may do some splashes, we'll see. That might be what I'm missing on the front too. So that's the back. Now the front, still don't know what I'm doing on the front. Also my back's not totally dry. So I will have to think on the front, but that's, the back is practically done. The front's going to be different because I'll have a focal point on the front and it's just going to be different. And I'm okay with that. I hope she's okay with that too. So I've got the back done. That's good. I'm halfway there on my cover. Well, probably more than halfway now because several layers. What do you have? The paper, the watercolor, the gesso, the napkin, a little more gesso. And once that's completely dry, I will go ahead and probably finish the back with all my extra coats and crackle. Where is my crackle? I don't know. If I find it, I'll do it. Where's my... Oh, here's the problem. I'm a little afraid to use my vintage photo because it's been going green on me. So I've got my coffee. And if I use my coffee with like a cleaner... That might have been part of the problem too. Is I was using a sponge. Alright, come on. Where are ya? Where's oops. I don't know where it is. I just had it the other day, you know. I'm looking for, if you see it, yell. I'm looking for my brush. I'll just use one of these for now. I was looking for my, oh my goodness, words. I want words. You know that Clint Ratcliffe, the thing he makes. That's what I'm looking for. My dauber that Clint made. Alright, let's just do a little bit of this. See how it's gonna, right on the edges here. And it's coffee, and she likes coffee, so we're good with that. I just don't want it to come looking green. But I think it was the vintage photo that was looking green on me on my other cover. Because when I was using vintage photo another day, it started looking green. Although, since this has some blue in the background, and of course brown has yellow in it, it could start going a little on the green side, but let's hope not. Alright, now let's find our cracks that are white and kind of age those up a little bit. And that's it. I need to stop. I think I like how that looks. So what do you think? That's the back cover. And we will continue the front cover sometime. Have a delightful day. Love you.